Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. My name is meteorologist Heather Kane. It's time for our daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring our videos. So, I mean, it's that time of the year. Should really be a whole big surprise by now. But we have another quiet day today, and we'll take a look though into the next few days to see if there's anything that's going to be brewing. There could be something that's going to be very marginal at the very end of our weekend, so we'll take a look at that. And then lastly, we will look at a few cities for your roofing forecast. So we also have a few events coming up. The first one is this Saturday down in Norman, Oklahoma. It's going to be the OU Iowa State game. If you haven't gone to any of these yet, they are a lot of fun. Kickoff is going to be at 11, but the tailgate will begin at 9 a.m. We'll have free food, free beer. We'll have the game playing outside, all under a tent. So make sure you come on down to Norman to this tailgate. They're always a great deal of fun. And then the next weekend, so this is next Saturday out in Stillwater, we will be out there as well for the Bedlam tailgate, Boomer Sooner. So that will be, let me see, I think if I can see here. Yes, the game will be at 6:30. The tailgate will be starting at 4. So same deal, we'll have free food, free beer. The game will be playing and all that fun stuff. So make sure you come out to Stillwater, especially if you like the whole OU-OSU rivalry. Go. Boomers in. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Lastly, this is going to be next month from December 6th to the 9th down in Mexico. Job Nimbus is putting an event together. Basically, they're going to have some speakers talking about Job Nimbus and how to use that product the most efficient ways. So again, that's December 6th to the 9th down in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So yeah, I want to go to Mexico. Nice and warm and toasty, right? Anyway, so, I didn't change the number on this. I knew it was going to, I activated the graphic at the last second, you guys, but I didn't change the number. So this should say 8 days. So I'll go through that very quickly because it's 8 and not 9. Anyway, so we are a little over a week away from Thanksgiving to gather with friends and family, and it's always a great deal of fun. So let's take a look at our current conditions. We're pretty quiet across most of the United States. We do have a system though that's bringing some light showers across the Great Lakes region. Some snow though near the U.S.-Canadian border. So we're going to zoom into that just for a second. We have a low pressure. You can see the spin here in Canada, just north of Winnipeg. So Winnipeg down into North Dakota and parts of northern Minnesota, you're getting some snow with this system right now. And then we have some more snow just to the north of the U.S.-Canadian border here. And I'll show you just a second. There are some winter weather advisories out for the far northeastern part of the U.S. And I'll show you that in just a second. So let's take a look at our occurrence temperatures. You can see we're kind of split here. Warm ahead of this weak cold front, 61 in Fort Wayne. A little bit cooler in Kansas City at 54. A lot more comfortable though as you get into Atlanta. It's at 70 right now, 79 in Miami. You get behind this system that's a lot colder. It's only 34 in Denver right now and 40 in Minneapolis. And you can see you get into the mountains and it's dropping even more. Definitely not my cup of tea. I'll take the warmer temperatures here. And with our dew points, pretty comfortable overall. A little bit of moisture ahead of this system. Still not very impressive though. Only a 50-degree dew point in Chicago, 57 in St. Louis, and getting into the lower 60s from Dallas to New Orleans, and a little bit stickier in Miami with a dew point of 68. You get behind this system though. Look at this, only a 4-degree dew point in Casper. So it's very dry behind this storm system for the most part. So here are our watches and warnings right now. These are all wind related advisories and warnings. We have some red flag warnings. We even have some wind advisories going on here in Oklahoma. And then we have some winter weather advisories here in the very far northeast. So let's zoom into this region first just a little bit. We have some high wind warnings as well as some wind advisories and some red flag warnings as well. So no burning here is recommended because of these stronger winds associated with this storm system. And then we have a winter weather advisory. This is going to be into effect starting this evening and getting into tomorrow. I believe it's going to be a whole mixed bag of precipitation, snow, freezing rain, sleet. So make sure that if you're in Maine here into parts of New Hampshire and Vermont, that you take extra caution if you are traveling. So if you haven't already noticed, we do not have any severe weather expected today, at least in terms of hail or wind. We just don't have those ingredients in place. And as we get into tomorrow, same deal, no severe weather in terms of hail or wind is expected. So we're going to kind of get into the whys. We're going to get right up into the way upper levels of the atmosphere. These colors are representative of strong winds. So basically a 50 miles per hour all the way up to 165 or higher. So these are the strongest winds with this first system. This is a trough and it's going to be moving on to the east, and as it does so, those strong winds will go with it as well. So this is basically, when you see these bright colors here, there's also, that's where the energy is, that's where the low pressure is basically located. And as we get into Friday, you can see that system will start to move off the coast, and really there's nothing a whole really big to watch, at least as we get into Friday and as we get into Saturday as well. But you can see we do have another trough starting to develop as we get into Saturday, and then as we get into Sunday, you can see this trough starts to dig a bit. So we may have to watch for Sunday. It doesn't look very impressive right now, but there could be a marginal chance. It's still, like 4 days out, so a lot can change, but there could be something on Sunday afternoon. But as we get into Monday, that system starts to strengthen a bit and then digs off to the east. So let's break it down at the surface very quickly. I'll try and go as quickly as possible here so you guys don't fall asleep. So we have a low pressure once again in Canada. A lot of cold air is wrapping around it, so the white stuff is going to be mostly in Canada, but as we saw in the current radar, there are some snow showers that are getting into North Dakota and parts of northwestern Minnesota. Cold front is sweeping down down into the Great Lakes and into Missouri and Illinois. Warm front is here in the northeast. As we get into later on tomorrow, that system will move on to the east as well. So there could be some heavier rain, although no severe weather is expected with the system, and I'll continue to get into the why in just a second. This is just part of the equation. This cold front will then continue to move off to the east and off the coast by Friday afternoon. High pressure will then take control on Friday here in the Great Lakes region. So really nice conditions are expected here on Friday. But then we have another low pressure that's going to be developing as we get into Saturday. A weak high pressure, that won't last because, hey, guess what? There's going to be another system as we get into Sunday. And this is the one that we need to watch for the potential for some marginal severe weather. Again, still 4 days out. A lot can change. That can disappear. But something that kind of caught my eye this morning. So more rain is expected from the Great Lakes down into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, southward into Missouri and parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas down into Texas. That system will drive off to the east as we get into Monday morning, and the high pressure, once we get into Monday morning into the afternoon, will start to take control behind that system. So here's another, this is one reason why there's no severe weather that's going to be expected with the system that we're seeing today and tomorrow. You can see the moisture is not very impressive. That plus the energy that we saw with this system is way up in the Great Lakes, and the moisture, the better moisture is down to the south. So they're not lining up. So that's why we'll see some rain and maybe a rumble thunder, but no severe weather is expected. And as we get into tomorrow and into Friday, as that system moves off to the east, it'll take all that moisture with it and we will be extremely dry. So that will continue through Saturday. And then as we get into Sunday, that moisture will start to begin to return. Gulf of Mexico moisture will start to stream back in, and this is where we need to watch, as it looks like some things will line up a little bit better, although that system that we'll see this weekend doesn't look very impressive, but it's something that we'll continue to watch. And then as we get into Monday, that moisture will start to move on to the east as well. And then lastly, here is our Cape, our best friend Cape. You know, we also need this. This is the instability that is needed to fuel those storms. And you can see there's pretty much very little as we get into today as well as into tomorrow. And as we get into the beginning of our weekend, very little to no instability. But as we get into Sunday with that moisture return, just wait for a boop. There we go, just a little bit. It's not very impressive, but you know, it's something that we need to watch, right? We'll take it. But then as we get into Monday, that will start to taper off as well. So lastly, we're going to close out with a few of our major cities. I know we have a lot of subscribers in these three cities. So first we're going to go to Denver, a very, very chilly day. I'm not sure what the minimum is when it comes to, you know, the roofing, but it's only going to get up into the mid 30s. So it's going to be a bit of a chilly day for you guys. But as we go here into Dallas, it's going to continue to be really, the nice pattern is continuing. We're going to get up into the low 80s by 3 p.m. and then cool off as we get into the evening. And same deal in Oklahoma. However, you saw that we do have some wind advisories out because of this storm system. So it's going to be a bit windy out there. So make sure that you guys are careful if you do go on any roofs today. Temperatures will get up to around 60 degrees as we get into this afternoon. So it'll be dry, but once again, it'll be windy. So make sure you guys are careful out there. So that's all that I have for you today. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It is that quiet time of the year, but you know, anything can happen. You don't want to miss anything. Mother Nature is always full of surprises. So if you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com and check out our website, at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday.